Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll see the NFL's all-time passing leader, Drew Brees, and the New Orleans Saints, as they match up with a former league MVP, Matt Ryan, and the Atlanta Falcons. Kickoff is moments away, so let's get you out to our commentators. And standing by for the call are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
First opened in 2017, there's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. A moment ago, here was the scene, the Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. We got an NFC South matchup here. Now, this was the best division in football 2 years ago. They sent 3 teams to the playoffs. But last season, the Saints won the division by 6 games. CD, what do you see in 2019?
Remember when this division was the most volatile one in the NFL? Teams would go from worst to first, and we kind of expected it. Well, it can happen again. Bruce Arians now leading Tampa Bay. They will be much improved. New Orleans fighting to win their 3rd straight division title. How about Atlanta? Dan Quinn, their head coach, is taking over more control of his own defense. And last but not least, the Carolina Panthers. It wasn't that long ago they were in the Super Bowl with Cam Newton as their quarterback.
Drew Brees getting ready to lead out the Saints. Last year, of course, another big one for number 9. Set the all-time passing yards mark, moving past Peyton Manning. Finished 2nd in the MVP balloting and led the Saints to within a whisker of their first Super Bowl berth since 2010.
95-56.
On 1st and 10, here's Brees. And his first look is incomplete. The Pro Bowler Michael Thomas was the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Let's get a quick look at the Saints offense.
So let's all work together on this one because it's natural to just watch the football. But I want all of us to watch the center of this offensive line, the center and the 2 guards. They've got to be able to control the point of attack, and they didn't do such a good job on that last play. Plenty of opportunities to redeem themselves. They'll have to take advantage of that and start to make progress.
After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The starting defense for the Falcons.
Many people thought Keanu Neal was overdrafted by Atlanta, but they saw his talents and knew that he would fit their scheme perfectly. A hybrid player, can play deep in the secondary as a safety, can drop down into the box and also make a lot of tackles, and at times can stay on the field and serve a linebacker role as well.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Brees. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So now here are the Falcons under 5th-year head coach Dan Quinn. They'll be led out by the 3rd overall pick in the 2008 draft, the man they call Matty Ice, quarterback Matt Ryan.
And they said he would be a gym rat coming out of Boston College, and nothing has changed. And his play continues to get better as he rallies his team.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan. And here's the offense now. Charles, who's the guy you chose to highlight?
The tone setter, the guy in the middle, Alex Mack. His return, never good for the opposition.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. He won't go down. Freeman a 1st down and more. Room here to run. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That good for 22 and a 1st down. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And now a look at the Saints starting defense.
Linebacker Demario Davis made the move from the New York Jets to the New Orleans Saints before the 2018 season, and that move really paid off for him. Always a terrific player. Now he was able to get to the playoffs for the first time in his NFL career.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Here's Ryan. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones, 32 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
On for the extra point, Giorgio Tavecchio. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Another opportunity coming here for the Saints on offense. New Orleans, by the way, continues to roll. They're 9-2 now after the Week 12 victory over Carolina. Now, coming up is a big one. It's another division game, and I say it's big, not because the opponent is doing that great, the Atlanta Falcons below 500, but the Falcons a few weeks ago really dismantled New Orleans, and New Orleans will have a chance to go to Atlanta on Thanksgiving and get a little revenge. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
95-56, 95-56.
Bree's going to try and throw on 3rd down. That's complete to Meredith. And they work this well upfield across the 45. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Breeze now on 1st down. And brought in by the tight end Cook. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 12 after the 1st down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Here's Breeze. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Breeze now. That'll be complete to Cook.
Jared Cook is a guy who's been around the NFL. He's been with the Titans, the Rams, the Packers. In the last 2 years in Oakland, now he makes a move to the Big Easy, where he pairs with Drew Brees and forms a nice little threat.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they'd place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, You're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now the big play pushes him all the way out to the 40 now for first down. Ryan. This complete to Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time. And that's 2 big catches that he's had on this drive alone.
And I can hear it right now. If they give up a third to him, whoever does that, go stand on the other sideline. You're persona non grata on our team at that point.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, Freeman. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
That's good for 28 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Breeze. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Breeze. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he'll be taken down at the 26. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 26. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Breeze again. This is caught by Ginn. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Falcons grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there, and that's about it. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
his position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. They'll run on first down. Freeman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. Freeman again, a first down carry. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 5 now. Ryan. Complete to Jones. Break. Julio Jones all alone. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons push further out in front. Well, we've seen these two, Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, connect quite a few times over the years. It never gets old.
It never gets old. Well, maybe for the defense it does, but not for us who are watching it. And Julio, every time he steps on the field, you can just about mark him down for 100 yards. That's about his career average per game. But think about this. Getting in the end zone has always been a struggle for him. He gets the big yardage, but he doesn't get the touchdowns. Not this time. No matter how many people were kicked in coverage, he found a way to beat it.
Vecchio to add the PAT. He's got it, and it's 17-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Michael Thomas now heading back onto the field. Looking down at the stats here, realizing he has no catches. They've targeted him twice, but no catches. So how do they get him more involved, Charles?
You make sure he touches it on routes that he likes to run, maybe even run a reverse or some type of a jet sweep so he gets his hands on the ball and get him active and involved in the game. You just try and find ways to get him going, and it doesn't have to be something that's big downfield.
Maybe kind of like in basketball, just a shooter seeing the ball go through, you get him a rep, get him more comfortable.
I agree with that totally. Maybe set that solid screen and give him an easy look.
Well, to this point, no catches. Ginn has it complete. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Breeze. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Here's Breeze to throw. Now Breeze lost the football. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. From midfield, here's Breeze. So we've reached halftime here on the Thanksgiving night. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one is maybe not exactly in the bag yet, but there is definitely a big mountain to climb in this third quarter. The teams are already back out there, so let's not waste any time as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This will be taken in at the 1. Now a hit and a loose football. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets them up nicely. 8 yards on the carry, 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. On second and a couple. Ryan, blitz coming, and down he goes. Sheldon Rankins, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. Here's Ryan to throw. It's caught. Jones. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 59 yards. And the Falcons push further out in front.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. The lefty Tavecchio now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 45-yard line. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. To throw is Breeze. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Breeze completes this one to Meredith. 25 yards that time. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Breeze. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn. But now it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Breeze gets it to Meredith complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the first down marker at the 11. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now let's discuss Julio Jones. And he is over 200 yards. We thought this matchup might be good for him. It's been very good for him.
It's been great, hasn't it? And what's tough for any defense is trying to match up with a receiver nowadays. But these receivers will have all the answers. They'll line up tight. They'll line up wide. They'll be in the slot. They'll go in motion. And today, we're getting the full Monty from him.
And the full montage as well. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. The 20, touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, 72 yards. And the Falcons push further out in front. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
To Vecchio to add the PAT. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Well, I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, That is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards there on the catch and run. We are headed to the fourth here on Thanksgiving night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready. 5-9.
45. Army.
Breeze now on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. The target that time, Michael Thomas. But now it'll be third down. Now Breeze on third down. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 41-yard line.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Again, it's Breeze. Now Breeze lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Demario Davis, who was the Saints' leading tackler in his first year in New Orleans, in on the stop. Second and 5 now. Ryan, caught by Jones. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on first and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. Ryan now to throw on third down. And it's caught. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it now, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this play. And Kamara has it stripped, and the Falcons grab it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Continuing to fight for more. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pick.
But a spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't it?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there.
Shift. 11.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. The lefty Tavecchio now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And now it's third down. From the gun on third down, Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 32 on the play. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing now is Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyler Davison in there to get him yet again. That is his third sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Shotgun now for Breeze. And he finds Cook. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 30.
95-56, 95-56.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.